Hey folks, welcome back to Modern Country Living. I'm Sean, and today I'm going to be talking about some things I'm doing on my weekend. It's Saturday, and it's northwestern Pennsylvania, and it's the end of March, and as much as I'd like to tell you that outside, that it's sunny and 62 and drying up, nope, getting some snow. Now, the sun has peeked its head out. I mean, we've seen it a little bit today, but just drove to Erie, and with my son, we went to do a little bit of errand shopping for some things, and we encountered a couple inches of snow. The roads got really nasty, and then we encountered sunshine. It's one of those days where it's up and down with whether it's going to be snowing or not. So, you know, I've got some little tinkering around the house projects I want to work on. One of them is I want to put an address sign out front. I had one, and this winter it got taken out by a vehicle that came into the yard and swiped my my sign. So I needed to come up with something new, and I'm going to try one of these metal ones. I'm going to probably mount it on the pole out front, which I don't know if that's legal or not. I'm not asking for permission. I'll beg for forgiveness. So I'll show you what that looks like. Here, let's take a walk outside. So a bit of a north wind out here today. Kind of chilly, 32 degrees. And it's oscillating between some sun, some just kind of cloudiness out here. I really wish I could get out here with the tractor and do stuff. All right, so see this pole right here? I had a vehicle come in my yard. He actually hit that rock and wiped out my signpost, which had my address to it on there. So I'm going to hang this on the pole right there. Is that legal? I don't know. It's in my yard, so I'm gonna use it. So I gotta come up with a way to hold this on there. I have some aluminum. I think I can make a couple little hangers. Woo! Love that wind. This is what you get though here in northwestern Pennsylvania. Okay, a couple other things I'm gonna work on. So the cap on my little baby yote, I bought this used. It was a couple $100. Really a great deal, considering, you know, this vehicle is 20 years old, and finding a cap that's made for it from Lear. It's fiberglass cap. And one of the things about it is these handles, the latches, they're kind of froze up with respect to the lock. And so I'm going to replace those. I have a new set that I put on an older cap that I had found, and the cap really didn't fit perfectly on the truck. I'll use it if I'm gonna go camping or something, because it is a higher, you know, kind of slanted cap. But I'm gonna put these on that cap, and I'm gonna put the other ones on this that have keys that work, so that I can take care of that. And then I did buy a couple things. Of course, you'll notice it's blue. I wanted a new creeper. This plastic one here from Harbor Freight, being on the Inside Track Club membership, had a pretty attractive price on it, and has like a 300-pound load limit. But actually, I put it on the floor in Harbor Freight and wheeled myself around and rolled around on it, and it wasn't hurting me. It rolled very easily. Now, my other creeper is this Torin right there, and I've had this a long time. It's worked fine for me. I actually had to replace the wood inside of here, the cushion. On top of it, the wood actually was like a particle board, and it disintegrated. So it kind of started to get a whoop, and it broke out. So I took the covering off and replaced the wood with a piece of plywood, 3/4 inch, so it's a lot heavier duty, not gonna move around. But one of the things about this is it's very heavy, moving around, which some things, heavy duty, heavy is good, but for the creeper, it's just kind of a pain. And with the metal framework here, I find myself when I'm rolling around under the vehicle, sometimes I shimmy off to the side, and the next thing I know, I'm digging my shoulder or the back of my shoulder blade into these. I actually come away with bruises. And so, while it does the job, I'll probably put it on Marketplace or something, and I'm gonna use this new one. Maybe this is just what happens as you get older, but I'm pretty sure it is. So I bought this. It's got 6 casters instead of 4. Got kind of a, I don't know, seems like it just rolls a lot smoother. Now, part of that's probably the newness of it. Part of it's probably the fact that the load is distributed over 6 casters versus 4. One of the other issues with the other creeper is that some of the ball bearings started to fall out of the caster. So that, makes it not want to swivel so well. It's on the swivel side of it. And then another thing that I've been wanting is a furniture dolly. Something that would allow me to move, furniture or appliances, or even in the garage here, I'm often trying to move something and, I pick it up. And while, at this point in my life, I'm still capable of doing that, I, really prefer not to tear myself up too much. So this has a 1,000-pound capacity, and with the Inside Track Club membership, it was a good price as well. It's got these kind of plastic grippy, pads on it. So looking forward to that. It rolls around really nicely. Again, one of those things that it's nice to have it when you need it. And as you can tell, I'm the guy that likes to have the tools for the job when I need them. So, well, with that, I'm going to start working on a little sign holder for the house sign. All right, so I have these aluminum plates. They were being scrapped out at a job I was at several years ago, actually over a decade ago. And so I picked up some of the scrap, and they're kind of nice. They're aluminum. They do have this kind of silicone graphic on them that I can scrape off. But I find myself using them frequently for different projects. I mean, being aluminum, not going to corrode. So what I'm thinking I can do is take and cut a strip and put a bend in it so that I can drill a couple holes, mount that on the pole, and then have the other part mounted with the sign on it. So I could make one for the top and one for the bottom. Yeah, I think that would work. And it should last a long time. And I'll probably, fasten it to the pole with stainless hardware. That probably will do the job. Yeah, let's see what we can come up with. All right, I marked the aluminum the way I want to cut it. I'm just using my old DeWalt trusty 18 volt. This is an old battery right here. My new, what are the lithium ion ones or whatever they are, just so much better. But hey, still got this around, still works, and we'll use it. You can see I already started to make my cut. I'll cut around. Probably have to dress that edge a little bit with probably my sander. So I'll make 2 of these, and then I'm gonna make a cut around here so that when the sign is on there, I'm not covering up the one, right? So I'm gonna have to make a little bit of a cut out in it so I can still catch the screw holes and have it affixed. All right. Okay, now I'm going to take and create the profile of the sign, right? So let's see here. That's going up. So I gotta be roughly like that. Cut that around the top there. So I'm gonna use a cutoff wheel on my angle grinder, kind of taper that in, create the geometry. So we'll work on that. we're looking pretty good. I'm gonna dress up just a couple little spaces on there. That's looking too bad. Knock a little bit off right there. Mark it out. Cut that edge off a little bit. And then I'm gonna bend this so that I can fasten it into the pole. The reason I'm using gloves is this is aluminum and I'm using the cutoff wheel and it's making it pretty warm. I'm using a file on it. You gotta be careful with aluminum. You can clog up the file. But what I'm doing right now is gonna be good. Kind of get that nice. That looks good. So now that lines up pretty nicely with that. And I need to make a little deduction. So when I put this on the other side, right, you're seeing how it covers up my one. So I'm going to want to make a little tweak to that and cut out around so that I can not have the one covered up. So if I make that mark, okay, that's what I want to do. Cutoff wheel's not the perfect thing to use for this, but it's what I'm using right now. Okay, so now the other side, it'll look like that. Clean that up just a whisker more. And we should be in good shape. Side it'll look like that. Probably gonna clean that up a little bit. All right, well, got a little sidetracked yesterday, so I had to finish this project up today after church. And you can see I fabricated the second hanging bracket out of aluminum to match the first. Used the flap wheel on a 4-inch angle grinder, kind of dressed it up a little bit, but now I'm gonna drill some holes. I got some stainless hardware I'll use. Now I'm making my bend in each of these. So I'm gonna get this down in there and bend it that way. That way I have 2 brackets, one at the top, one at the bottom. And then I'll drill so that I can put screws through that into the wood on the pole. And I'll bolt this on it and show you what it looks like. Okay, I got it up there on the pole. So now people can find our house. Yeehaw. And you can see it is snowy out here. This is what you get, northwestern Pennsylvania. Beautiful. But I am thankful to have a paved driveway, that is for sure. At least the little bit of brightness of the sun when it peeks out tries to melt some of it off. Okay, let's head back in the garage. All right, now we probably should have taken some of the snow off the back, but all right, so we want to change out these handles. These came with the cap, they're original, I guess, or whatever, but the key does not work to lock them. So the process is we got to remove this little lock bracket, take these two screws out, pull the handle assembly through. So take that screw out, pull this little lever off, take those two screws out, and pull the handle through the other side. And in good fashion, because this is rusty, even though it looks like it wants to wiggle loose, it's rusted here inside on the shaft. Because even though I have the set screw backed off, it still does not want to come off. So I'm gonna have to coerce it a little bit. This one's off. You can see corrosion on the shaft. So that corrosion, causes this little lever to stick. But I was able to wiggle it off of this one. Just not that one. Not yet. Okay, we got it done. Got both the latches installed and adjusted the little latch so that it works properly when it interfaces with the cap. The way you do that, close the bed, you can get inside and then cam it. Helps if you have someone to help you. And you can kind of feel where that thing is going to need to sit, and then open it up and tighten this on the location where it belongs so that when it grabs a hold of the cap, it's not too much force to lock it, but you also want it to hold it so it doesn't vibrate, cause you some issues. So that's really the big deal there. It's not a big deal. It's pretty simple to do. I don't know why I'm even showing you, but got to see something, I guess. Any rate, I don't know what I'm going to do next here. It's so snowy outside. I might continue to work in the garage. I want to find a home for the creeper. I think might hang it where I have my other one and work on getting rid of my other one. And then my moving dolly. This thing's a beast. I don't know if you saw that yet, but gotta get that thing hung up. Gotta get rid of that jack, and maybe we'll start working on the boat. Gotta buff it, get it ready for the water. Even though today it doesn't look like I should be doing that. Make hay while the sun shines, or if it's snowing, I guess wax your boat. I don't know. Any rate, I really appreciate you watching my channel. I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe, hit like if you like the video, leave me some comments. What do you like to do in your garage? I'm always interested in seeing what people are doing in the garages and if there are any tools that you think would benefit me. You know that I enjoy tools. I like having the right thing to do the job. I could have used a metal cutting bit on my jigsaw, my saber saw, to cut those little aluminum brackets out, but I didn't have any and I just wasn't interested in going to the hardware store in this weather, so I just made it work with my angle grinder and a cutoff wheel and then a sanding disc on it. So that worked out all right. But yeah, leave me some comments. I like them. I want more. All right, take care. Be well.